Today, at the company's anniversary gala, my husband was supposed to announce our 10-year marriage, but instead, he intimately showed affection to his first love, and even promoted his assistant on the spot. I knew then that the promise was completely shattered. A former colleague leaned in and whispered, "That's a brutal move." I scoffed, throwing down my resignation letter. "Don't waste my time," I snapped, turning to leave. From now on, we would have absolutely no connection. Marcus and I had been together for 10 years, yet he never intended to acknowledge our relationship publicly. Even if someone noticed our closeness, he would immediately deny it. But today, he made no effort to clarify the rumors about Scarlett, and his intentions were clear. I knew Scarlett was his first love from college, and she had always held a special place in his heart. Rather than waiting for him to tell me to leave, I decided to make a graceful exit first. However, someone seemed determined to make things difficult for me. Scarlett suddenly picked up the microphone. "Grace, our director, also contributed greatly to this anniversary project. Although she's not good with words, she has always quietly supported us. Please welcome director to the stage to share a few words." She abruptly mentioned me, and the media looked bewildered, clearly having no idea who I was. I had always kept a low profile, rarely appearing on camera. Coupled with Scarlett's insinuation, everyone assumed I was an idle person unfamiliar with business operations, simply insisting on getting involved in the project. Questions were thrown at me one after another. "Is Grace the head of the planning team? What exactly were you responsible for in this project? How did director, who isn't good with words, support the project? Did Grace take credit for your work?" Some even asked directly, "We've never seen you before. Why are you appearing now? Are you afraid the newly promoted director will steal your thunder?" Before I could speak, Marcus took the microphone. "All right, director is uncomfortable in front of cameras. I'll answer everyone's questions." His words implicitly confirmed that I was merely a figurehead with no real use. Disdain, mockery, and all sorts of strange looks fell upon me. In the past, I might have confronted him on the spot, or even argued. But now, I just felt superfluous. His heart had already drifted, and further debate was pointless. I turned away silently, and left directly. As my hand reached into my pocket, I touched a cold object. It was a platinum bracelet, priceless. This was something Marcus had long coveted, but never acquired. Because he had mentioned liking it in passing, I had spent months acquiring it through an international auction house. Earlier, Marcus had always said his career wasn't stable. He'd claimed there was no point in starting a family before establishing his career, and he consistently refused to publicize our marriage. At this company anniversary gala, the company's valuation had soared, and our net worth had skyrocketed several times overnight. I had originally planned to use this grand event to present this bracelet publicly, and declare our 10-year relationship. But now, everything was in vain. Wait. Just as I reached the balcony, Marcus quickly followed. Facing me, his eyes held irritation and weariness. "What are you making a scene about again? The company anniversary gala is so important. As the planning, why aren't you staying to oversee things? Why are you running out alone?" His tone was displeased. "Is it because of Scarlett? You know I don't like to publicize private matters. That's my bottom line. I don't want to sensationalize our relationship. Didn't you agree to that before?" I remained silent, my face cold. He noticed something was wrong, and softened his voice slightly. "Scarlett is new to the scene and inexperienced. Go back and help her out." I finally smiled. Circling back, it was still all about Scarlett. I eyed him sarcastically. "Didn't you just say I only hold back the company? Well, let the newly appointed director show what she's got. Who am I, anyway?" At that, Marcus' face darkened instantly. He raised his voice. "I said that just now to protect you. You don't want to be in the spotlight, so I could only let Scarlett take the lead. She's experienced and has an international background. If I wasn't worried you'd be oversensitive. I would have had her take on more responsibilities long ago. I waved my hand to cut him off. Is it that asterisk I asterisk don't want to be in the spotlight, or that asterisk you asterisk don't want asterisk me asterisk to be? In his fury, a hint of embarrassment flashed in Marcus' eyes. I knew he remembered. When the company was first founded, it was I who shouldered the heavy burden of its development, and I tirelessly expanded its business everywhere. Some people said Marcus was just an ignorant figurehead. Marcus believed I was stealing his spotlight, and demanded that I step back into the shadows and be the woman behind him. He also said he wanted to become the admired business elite to fulfill his wish. I agreed to his request and willingly gave all the credit and praise to him. At that time, I saw him as the man I would spend the rest of my life with, and I never had any second thoughts. But now, he had twisted my contributions into another false narrative. As didn't know how to respond, Scarlett suddenly walked out. She was wearing a dark blue dress I had seen half a year ago in the corner of my storage room. It was a limited edition handmade piece, listed on the official website for at least $700,000. It was from the Timeless collection. At that time, only 5 days remained until our anniversary, and I thought it was a surprise Marcus had prepared for me. But the anniversary had long passed, and Marcus hadn't even given me a single thread. Now, it turned out it was for Scarlett. I inwardly scoffed. Marcus claimed he was worried I'd be oversensitive, yet he secretly gave her an expensive dress. Did he really think I was blind? Scarlett stood beside Marcus. Grace, I'm not targeting you, but the company's success today certainly wouldn't be possible without your efforts, but it also wouldn't be possible without Marcus. Yet you always make it seem like all the credit belongs to you alone. Don't you think that's a bit much? Marcus' eyes flashed with satisfaction, and he immediately agreed. You are arrogant and stubborn, always thinking I'm useless without you. Who do you think you are? When the company started from nothing, didn't I contribute? The two of them worked together to treat me as their adversary, displaying remarkable synergy. When he looked at me, Marcus' face was cold, but when he turned to Scarlett, he smiled warmly. All my efforts and years of companionship, for him couldn't even compare to a single casual word of support from Scarlett. 10 years of genuine devotion, all for nothing. I nodded indifferently. Since that's what you think, then I'll just resign. I'll send you the divorce papers immediately. A flicker of triumph crossed Scarlett's eyes, but she feigned persuasion. You know Marcus is in a fit of anger right now, yet you are deliberately saying such things. Do you really want to make things worse before you are satisfied? Watching a woman say such manipulative words, I felt a wave of nausea. Marcus scoffed. She always talks about breaking up or divorcing. She just wants me to coax her. With that, he turned and left, adding a harsh warning. You'd better get back to the main hall and support me, or don't blame me for giving you a pay cut and a demotion. Marcus had once promised that if I could get promoted to vice of the company based on my abilities, he would announce our marriage to everyone. So, I had always made promotion my sole pursuit. In the past, I probably would have immediately compromised, obediently gone back to the main hall with him to take charge, and then handed all the credit over. But now, I suddenly understood. Even if I secured $1 billion deal, he would refuse to promote me, citing that details still needed to be perfected. The fundamental reason was that he didn't want to publicize our relationship. Because he didn't love me. I turned to leave. Seeing that I didn't follow, Marcus yelled angrily from behind. If you take one more step, I'm really going to lose it. I let out a soft laugh. Did he really think I still cared about his emotions? I returned to my apartment alone, thinking they would be busy until the gala ended. Unexpectedly, Marcus came home too. Seeing me sitting by the window, he approached with a slight tone of complaint. You just left me there like that. Don't you feel guilty? He rarely showed vulnerability, this was the first time this year. I remained silent, and Marcus' tone shifted to helplessness. What exactly are you so angry about? Leaving the gala and throwing a tantrum is one thing, but constantly bringing up divorce. What did I do to upset you? If it's because I didn't clarify my relationship with Scarlett on the spot, then I'll find an opportunity to explain it clearly next time. Seeing my expression soften, he continued, you don't know, after you left, Several clients you were dealing with suddenly changed their minds, and one partner inexplicably said they wanted to cancel their cooperation. Scarlett has little practical experience, and can't handle it at all. Will you come with me to revisit them tomorrow? He gently took my hand, seemingly trying to make amends. I looked at him mockingly. So, cleaning up your mess is your real objective? Before, my heart ached for Marcus. As long as he lowered his head slightly and showed a little goodwill, I would go all out for him. But now, that passion had cooled. And it was only after I calmed down that I clearly saw Marcus' intentions were so obvious. How did I not notice it at all before? All these years, was he with me because he loved me, or because I was useful to him? Marcus immediately retorted, how could you think that about me? What, cleaning up a mess? Doesn't the company belong to you, too? Don't I share the company's profits with you? Isn't it only right for you to contribute to the company? Marcus was good at twisting arguments and raising his voice, but I was no longer falling for that. Rather than engage in a meaningless argument, I just wanted to get some sleep. Wait, Marcus let out a long sigh. I can do anything with you. He took a box from his briefcase. These are cufflinks for you. Don't be angry anymore. I didn't come back today to argue with you. Can you just calm down? Looking at the cufflinks, I felt even more like scoffing. Custom-made dresses usually came with a complimentary pair of cufflinks. I had happened to see these exact cufflinks in Scarlett's hand. She had even smugly said that complimentary gifts were just complimentary gifts, completely unworthy of an expensive dress. Now, this complimentary gift was being used by Marcus to coax me. It was incredibly ironic. I took the box and threw it into the trash can right in front of Marcus. Anything else? I need to rest. Marcus's face darkened. Don't be ungrateful. I am coaxing you like this. What more do you want? I slapped the divorce papers on the table. Signing these is the best kindness you can do. Marcus' pupils constricted, and he stared at me in disbelief. What do you mean? Do I need to explain? I want a divorce. Rage flared in Marcus' eyes. You want to make a scene, don't you? All this is just to make me get rid of Scarlett, isn't it? Well, I won't. Not only will I not get rid of her, I'll give her a raise and promote her. I'll make sure she's above you. I clapped my hands, applauding him. Your imagination is truly impressive. Half a year ago, when Scarlett first joined the company, I realized she was just an inexperienced person who overestimated her abilities, and I suggested Marcus fire her early. But said Scarlett was just a young professional new to the industry and needed more opportunities, adding that she reminded him of his younger self. I knew she was his first love, but I didn't want to offend him, so I didn't expose her. However, Scarlett made mistake after mistake. Every time I brought it up, Marcus thought I was jealous, and told me not to make things difficult for a newcomer. Marcus caught my sarcasm and stormed out, slamming the door. Make your scene then, I won't tolerate your behavior. At the same time, Scarlett posted an update. It was a photo of an arm covered in hickeys, with the caption, "Marks left by my love." Below, colleagues were all liking and commenting, wishing you lasting happiness. I was unfazed and went back to my room for a good night's sleep. I even replied to a message from an old friend who had been reaching out to me. The next morning, I resubmitted my resignation application to the HR department. I also sent Marcus a copy of the divorce papers via email. The email remained unread. Only HR cautiously knocked on my door, stammering, asking me to come to the company to talk. As soon as I entered, I heard several people whispering. They say our CEO is secretly married. Who is the woman? Who else? It must be Scarlett, who joined 6 months ago. Didn't you see the anniversary gala yesterday? Marcus practically confirmed it. I knew it. That's why she got promoted so fast in 6 months. Now her position is even higher than director's. Director must be unhappy, right? Last time I saw director secretly fixing the CEO's tie. She definitely had a crush on him. Too bad he's already taken Tilda. I must say, Marcus was excellent at keeping secrets. Colleagues who had worked with us for years still didn't know that the CEO's wife they were talking about was me. I walked past them expressionlessly, and they immediately fell silent, startled. When I arrived at the lounge, Marcus and Scarlett were already seated. waiting for me. On the table were several papers, filled with dense writing. Marcus' face was cold. Just because I didn't promote you, you are going as far as to resign. Even now, he still thought I was throwing a tantrum. Scarlett feigned reconciliation. Grace, don't be too angry. Although I'm a vice, I have less experience than you. I'll still need your guidance in the future. Marcus pushed the papers toward me. I'll pretend I didn't see your resignation application, but don't let there be a next time. I don't want you to joke about something like this. As a lesson, you'll be Scarlett's assistant for a while. You can return to your original post when your attitude improves. I've already announced that Scarlett will take over your duties. She will be responsible for dealing with clients from now on, and you'll assist her. At his words, even the HR representative listening in was stunned. I was a co-founder of the company and the most senior executive. Scarlett was just a newcomer, yet Marcus was making me her assistant. Assistants usually just organize documents and run errands. Anyone could do it. Scarlett feigned surprise. Marcus, isn't this inappropriate? Marcus scoffed. She dared to threaten me with resignation, not firing her directly as me being merciful. Scarlett pretended to decline. Let's not director is too proud. How could she be my assistant? Don T make things difficult for her. I watched them perform their act, then finally spoke calmly. Sorry, I don't plan to stay. Please sign the resignation report. Marcus' face stiffened. He glared at me through clenched teeth. Don't be ungrateful. Do you think the company is a place you can come and go as you please? If I sign this, even if you beg me to come back later, I won't take you back. Think carefully. His tone was threatening, but I was unfazed. Oh, I understand. Just sign it. I had no intention of looking back at a place like this. Marcus clenched his fists, emotions swirling in his eyes, staring at me, his hand unmoving. I pushed the resignation report closer to him. Please hurry. Marcus jutted out his neck. You'll regret this. He snatched the pen and signed fiercely, tearing the paper. Scarlett couldn't hide her triumphant smirk. She sneered, some people are so narrow-minded. If you upset Marcus, it won't be easy to come back later. I chuckled. Instead of mocking me, why don't you think about how to clean up the mess right in front of you? Marcus froze. What? The next moment, the HR representative burst in frantically. This is bad, CEO. All the clients you scheduled appointments with refuse to meet. And a partner downstairs suddenly said they want to terminate the cooperation. Marcus abruptly stood up. What's going on? As soon as he spoke, the partner's representative walked into the lounge. His expression was stern. What's impossible? Director was always our point of contact. You suddenly changed personnel without even a heads up. As partners, don't we deserve even that much respect? Scarlett forced a smile and stepped forward. Our terms haven't changed, just the person in charge. There's no difference. Not notifying you in advance was our oversight. Please don't be angry. Marcus also thought it wasn't a big deal, and said with a fawning smile, exactly. This doesn't affect our cooperation. Please don't rush. Let's go have some tea and talk it over slowly. The representative ignored him and extended his hand directly to me, speaking respectfully. Hello, I'm the representative from Sterling. You can just call me Liam. Ah. Arthur signed the contract specifically because of you. Now that you are suddenly resigning, why didn't you inform us? Scarlett's smile instantly froze, turning extremely ugly. Marcus' angry gaze landed on me, his eyes full of suspicion. I didn't need to guess. He definitely thought I was hiding something, even imagining the worst of me. Scarlett still tried to salvage the situation. Representative, the contract is signed. Please reconsider. Let's talk first, no need. The representative directly cut her off. To be honest, your company's strength doesn't impress us at all. We agreed to cooperate purely out of respect for Grace. By changing personnel without authorization, you completely disregarded us. Then, he turned back to me. Are you available now? Would it be convenient to meet Mr. Arthur? Since my divorce wasn't finalized, I shook my head at him. Another day? That's a shame. Let's exchange contacts then. You must contact me next time. The representative seemed afraid I would refuse, so he proactively exchanged contacts and left his phone number. After he left, Scarlett spoke sarcastically, "Grace, you are so capable. You brought in such big clients alone and didn't say a word. If I had known you were familiar with them, I wouldn't have taken over." Marcus' face grew darker and darker with Scarlett's words. "You did this on purpose, didn't you? I knew you wanted to resign. So this is where you ambushed me. You want to prove that I can't do without you. You want me to humble myself and beg you. I won't give you that satisfaction. So what if I lose a few clients? Do you think I can't handle it?" Marcus slammed the table in anger, his face flushed red, desperately trying to maintain his composure. I couldn't be bothered to expose him. "Mr. Taylor, with your rich and powerful company, how could you not handle it? I sent you the divorce papers to your email. You haven't replied. Any concerns?" Marcus frowned deeply. "What divorce papers?" Scarlett's expression subtly changed. She whispered, "It might have been sorted into spam by the system. I'm not sure. She was Marcus' special assistant, there was no way she hadn't seen that email. After causing trouble repeatedly, wasn't she hoping Marcus and I would split up? Now she was feigning ignorance. I found myself unable to read her." The HR representative's eyes widened, scanning between Marcus and me in disbelief. Marcus glared at the HR representative through gritted teeth. "Get out." The HR representative quickly nodded and left, leaving only the three of us in the spacious lounge. Marcus snapped at me without thinking, "You've already messed up my clients, and now you are suddenly bringing up divorce. What else do you want? Are you trying to force Scarlett out, or make me back down? I never realized you were so scheming. Do you only use these tricks against me?" Scarlett also looked at me disapprovingly. "Exactly, Grace. The company just started to pick up, and you are bringing up divorce now. Outsiders will definitely write all sorts of nonsense, if they find out. Or are you?" She deliberately paused, her expression hesitant, as if afraid to continue. Marcus scoffed. "What's there to be afraid of? Say it." Scarlett looked apologetically at me. "Or are you doing this for another man?" I simply rolled my eyes. All these years, I had no other man besides Marcus, yet Scarlett could concoct such an absurd lie. Marcus looked at Scarlett in shock. "What did you say?" Scarlett clenched her hand, as if forced to speak, and cried out, "When I drove you home before, I saw Grace being intimate with a man, but I thought it was your private matter so I didn't mention it. But lately, Grace keeps finding excuses to bring up divorce with you. Marcus, you should be careful." Faced with this groundless accusation, I was truly speechless. I wasn't aware I had a man outside. *slap. Marcus slapped me across the face, his eyes full of hatred. "You dare betray me." I covered my numb right cheek, so angry I laughed. "You believe whatever she says. Do you have any evidence? You used to be so obedient to me, but now you've changed completely. Are you trying to divorce me to split half my assets and support, that kept man outside?" Marcus immediately concluded that I had betrayed him. But in fact, he was the one being ambiguous with others. And he was the one using our shared assets to please a kept man. I nodded. "Believe whoever you want. I'm too lazy to explain to you. If you don't sign the divorce papers, just wait for a court summons." A hint of panic flashed in Marcus' eyes. "Go ahead if you dare. Even if it takes 3 to 5 years, I'll drag it out. Let's see if that man outside can wait that long." Scarlett suddenly exclaimed, "Marcus, I can find that hard drive you gave me, the data inside is worth hundreds of millions, let's call the police right away." Marcus' lips curled into a slight smile. "Why call the police? We can just search." I couldn't be bothered with this drama and turned to leave but grabbed me, so eager to leave. "You're not even going to talk about the divorce. Could it be that you took the hard drive? The contents of that hard drive are worth hundreds of millions with it. You won't have to worry about supporting your kept man." Marcus' words left me dumbfounded. I looked at him in disbelief. You suspect I stole the hard drive, he chuckled softly. You brought up divorce, for no reason, and are eager to leave. Who else could it be? There were no outsiders in the company today. Marcus's words trampled my dignity. How could I tolerate it? I abruptly pushed my chair back. I didn't take it. Marcus's gaze was mocking. How do you prove it? It would be clear if he just checked the security footage, but he insisted on forcing me to prove myself. He clearly resented me for bringing up divorce first, and wanted to use this opportunity to humiliate me. Scarlett maliciously added, "It's not that we are overly suspicious, it's just that Grace has been acting so unusually lately. And she's gotten involved with people from the client side. Who knows if you took the hard drive to defect to another company? Otherwise, why would they value a worthless person who didn't even get a proper education?" My hands clenched into fists. "Since you suspect me, then call the police. Let them check the security footage, and see if I took it or not." Marcus chuckled, his gaze fixed on me. "Why go through all that trouble? Wouldn't a direct body search be faster?" He knew best how to trample on others' self-esteem, and he was most skilled at being unreasonable. But I never imagined he would use these tricks on me. "Do it yourself, or should I find someone to help you?" The company staff gradually gathered around, all curiously peeking. "What's going on? No way. She won't let them search her. She must be feeling guilty." I stared intensely at Marcus. "You better not regret this." He knew perfectly well I wouldn't do such a thing, yet he insisted on blaming me. Since that was the case, he couldn't blame me for disregarding our relationship. Scarlett volunteered, "I'll do it." She reached out to grab my pocket, and a strong perfume scent assailed me. I couldn't help but push her away, and the belt at my waist was sharply tugged. Scarlett cried out, deliberately letting a crystal charm fall to the ground. This was the only keepsake my parents left me after their accidental death. I reached to catch it, but the crystal charm fell heavily, instantly shattering into several pieces. I carefully picked up the fragments, not caring that my palm was bleeding from the cuts. Marcus frowned, and intervened. "It's just a broken charm. Why bother picking it up? How much is it?" "I lines pay for it on her behalf." Scarlett immediately looked at Marcus with a touched expression. I turned and punched Scarlett in the face. "Get out." Scarlett fell to the ground from the blow, trying to fight back but utterly powerless. She appeared tall and slender, but she was in fact weak and would only beg for mercy in a fight. Marcus finally remembered the meaning of the charm, and his face changed drastically. I gripped Scarlett's shoulder tightly, watching her wince in pain. Marcus was startled, and rushed forward to intervene. I raised my fist toward Marcus's face, but hesitated to strike. Marcus thought I still cared for him, and quickly embraced me to pacify me. "Stop hitting. You lines cause serious trouble." I gripped Marcus's chin and sneered. "You don't want her to get beaten? Then I'll make her life hell." At that moment, the supposedly lost hard drive slipped out of Scarlett's pocket. I picked up the hard drive with a cold smile. "Well, isn't it right here?" The hard drive looked familiar. I casually plugged it into the nearby computer. Upon opening it, I saw that all the project details and core data inside were what I had organized. "This is what you called classified. This is all my work." I picked up the hard drive, broke it in half in front of Marcus, and threw it into the nearby mug. "You won't get far by relying on others' work. You'd better figure things out yourselves." Marcus and Scarlett's faces turned pale, but they didn't dare to step forward. Marcus hesitated, then spoke. "Wife, that's enough. Can we stop this scene?" The word wife instantly made Scarlett glare at me with jealousy. The onlookers, who had been enjoying the show, showed confused and shocked expressions. Marcus had never publicly acknowledged our relationship before. I scoffed. "Stop making a scene. How can you even say that?" Marcus' tone held a hint of grievance. "I was impulsive just now. We are partners. Why are you so angry?" He knew the hard drive was destroyed, and that I wouldn't turn back. That's when he started to get scared, even exposing our 10-year secret marriage. I had to admit, Marcus was indeed a shrewd businessman, opportunistic. But I was no longer the person I used to be. I wouldn't be swayed by a few words from him. Everything that happened today was Marcus' fault. If he hadn't indulged her, Scarlett wouldn't have dared to provoke me repeatedly. Get lost. Marcus tried to take my hand and convey goodwill with his eyes, but I directly shook his hand off. I turned and left, immediately announcing my divorce from Marcus and stating that the divorce was due to a third party. The divorce documents were exposed to the public, and everyone was stunned. Because at the last company anniversary gala, Scarlett had implied she was Marcus' wife, and Marcus hadn't denied it. But now, I had stepped forward. Marcus was instantly put in the eye of the media storm. Clients who had previously collaborated with Marcus and me terminated their agreements. They also demanded huge compensation, citing that Marcus' personal actions had impacted their profits. Not only that, I directly sued to split the shares, demanding back everything that belonged to me. What company would dare to risk collaborating with a firm facing a shareholder dispute? At this, Marcus was completely bewildered. He had always thought I was just jealous, making a big deal out of nothing, and never expected me to reveal the truth at all costs. But my counterattack had only just begun. Marcus tried to reconcile with me, but I ignored him. He could only block my doorstep. His familiar figure was still handsome, wearing my favorite dark blue shirt. When he turned around, his refined features looked slightly fatigued. Marcus' eyes were worn out. Can we stop this scene now? He pleaded. I know you are angry, and I know you are resentful. As long as you stop now, I'll fire Scarlett immediately, and I'll find a top craftsman to repair your crystal charm. Let's just stop here, wife. He stepped forward, trying to lean on my shoulder, but seeing my cold gaze, he was scared and didn't move. Facing his soft words, I found it laughable. He didn't stop when he and Scarlett crossed the line repeatedly, and Scarlett didn't stop when she provoked me again and again. Now that I had just begun my counterattack, he wanted me to stop. Seeing that I didn't respond, Marcus' eyes gradually reddened. Just say I was wrong. I don't want a divorce. I was just being stubborn before. Can we stop? The company is something we worked hard to establish together, your efforts are in it too. If you insist on this, do you want the company to go bankrupt? On the surface, it seemed like he was thinking of me, but upon closer thought, I only saw him caring about his own interests. I pushed him away. Did you realize your mistake, or are you just scared? I dared to go down fighting because I was confident I could start from scratch, but was different. Losing the company would leave him with nothing. Marcus frantically grabbed my hand. I know you were angry, but Scarlett and I truly have no relationship. I just felt she was like us in the past. I've already demoted her to the front desk to serve water. Aren't you satisfied yet? He forced a smile, his voice soft. My legs are tired from standing. Can we go inside and talk? Wife Tilda, I disgustedly shook him off. If you want to stand, go somewhere else. Don't be an eyesore in front of me. Marcus stumbled and fell to the ground, scraping his elbow. But he still tried to grab me, and I had already closed the door and left. Before leaving, I called the community security guard. There seems to be a nuisance bothering someone in the complex. Dark blue shirt. Please handle it. I wanted an amicable divorce, but he refused. So, I'd do it the messy way. I hired a top lawyer and obtained the divorce decree in less than 3 months. The $1 million lawyer fee was worth it. As soon as I had the divorce decree, I immediately sold all the shares I had been awarded. If I didn't sell them quickly, I really wouldn't get a single penny. Thanks to my actions, Marcus soon declared bankruptcy and was burdened with huge penalties for breach of contract and debt. Scarlett had intended to distance herself and save herself, but I didn't plan to let her off the hook. I immediately exposed evidence of her resume fraud. She kept saying she was an international elite, but I found out she was nothing but a delinquent from a third-rate vocational college. She had stolen toothpaste from convenience stores, snatched packages at school, and had been detained several times for fraud. This person with a history of misdeeds was, in Marcus' words, a hard-working and innocent young woman. Sarcastic context. I only felt it was absurd. Now, even if I didn't deal with her, Marcus, upon discovering he had been deceived, wouldn't let her off either. After doing all this, Mr. Arthur, who had been in contact with me, once again extended an offer. But I wanted to start my own business, so I declined his kindness. However, he was very keen to stay in touch with me, repeatedly saying he wanted to introduce his sister to me. After declining several times without success, I reluctantly agreed to go. As I drove near the agreed-upon cafe, Marcus suddenly appeared. The moment he saw me, tears streamed uncontrollably down his face. As if he could no longer hold back, he rushed into my arms. Only now do I understand that you are the only one who wouldn't lie to me. I'm sorry, I was wrong. He cried louder and louder, making unaware onlookers think I had mistreated him. In the past, my heart would have ached, and I would have immediately comforted him. But now, I felt no sympathy. Instead, I pushed him away with a cold expression. Please move. We're divorced. Marcus stared intently at me, trying to find a hint of lingering affection. But I remained expressionless. He finally let his shoulders slump, his face dejected. What will it take for you to come back to me? I didn't do anything to betray you. Why do you refuse to let go? We had a 10-year relationship. You are just throwing it away. I've told you so many times, Scarlett, and I really have no relationship. The few times I worked through the night with her, we slept in separate rooms. I know now that she deceived me, and I've even sued her. Can't you just forgive me this once? I firmly took a step back. No. It's not just physical affairs that count as betrayal. Emotional affairs are too. Marcus' tears flowed like a broken dam, and he cried uncontrollably. I know I was wrong. I truly regret it. I promise, if you come back, I will never betray you again. If you want to go public, we'll go public. If you want to be CEO, I'll step back into the shadows. Anything you want, as long as you forgive me. Marcus had always been ambitious. For him to say he would step back into the shadows truly showed he was genuinely remorseful. But in this world, some things cannot be erased with a simple apology. I looked at him calmly. Are you finished? I have an appointment. I am leaving. Goodbye forever. Marcus's eyes widened in disbelief. What? Didn't he? You hear clearly, she said. She has an appointment. A cheerful man in a black suit suddenly threw an arm around my shoulder and smiled warmly at me. I immediately recognized him as Arthur's brother. Marcus looked haggard, his old shirt wrinkled. Compared to the young, handsome, and impeccably dressed Ethan, a flicker of insecurity crossed his eyes. Yet, he looked at me with resentment. No way. How could he be your boyfriend? I don't believe it. I replied coolly. Anyone could be my boyfriend. Anyone could spend the rest of their life with me, but never you. With that, I pulled Ethan away, ignoring Marcus' cries behind us. When we reached the street corner, just as I was about to release Ethan's hand, he immediately tightened his grip. Didn't you just say I was your boyfriend? Why are you letting go already? I was taken aback. He flashed another sunny smile. You are beautiful and capable, and you handle past relationships cleanly. I really admire that about you. Give us a try. You wouldn't want to be single forever, would you? He made me laugh, and I nodded slightly. Okay. He looked at me in surprise. What? I took his hand. Coincidentally, I admire you too. Surprise flashed in his eyes. I knew you'd like me. Years later, a former colleague told me that Marcus had returned to his hometown, married a woman, and used all his savings to open a store, but he lost a fortune. Holding my partner and children's hands, I said calmly, that has nothing to do with me.